Get busy in here, get busy in here. Yeah, my squad run deep. Yeah, we really in here. I swear whatever you want, you can get it in here. Comedy or the drama, it's a mixture in here. But you love it in here. Yeah, you love it in here. Got reviews up in here. We got stories in here. Hit the like, hit the sub, hit the bell. Oh yeah, 3 clicks like the shoes on Dorothy in here.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy BusyBlu, and I am back with another recap and review. Make sure that you like, you comment, subscribe. Today we are recapping and reviewing Real Housewives of Potomac Season 6, Episode 19. It's the reunion, y'all. I thought it was all right. This episode really was a key because they was tugging on Mia's Bob a little bit. Yeah, overall, if I was gonna rate it out of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give it a 7. The flow wasn't bad. It just I don't know. They really tore into Mia though. So let's start where we left off. First of all, everybody's back except for Mia, child. Those girls are sitting down. So Andy goes back, and he says, you're beating yourself up, and no one likes the shame spiraling or shame spiraling. And you need to give yourself some grace. She just said she feels bad. And he's like, you're feeling bad and you're owning it. And she told me, if I wasn't in my final weeks of my divorce, maybe it would be so bad. Girl, stop. Like, somebody need to look at her and be like, okay, sweetie, stop lying. Stop lying, sweetie. It's getting out of hand. Stop lying. If I wasn't in the final stages of my divorce, this wouldn't be so bad. It wouldn't be so bad if you just stop lying. Stop lying. Okay? So then they come back. Andy now talks about Jezelle and her package. How has it been now being an empty nester? She says, look, she loves being alone. She can do whatever she wants to. It does look like Jezelle got a little bit more, lightness to her now that her daughters are gone, which is kind of weird because I feel like they ground her and give her, structure. But maybe that's not what she needed. Maybe she wanted to be free, okay? AKA who does what she wants to do. So she says she loves being alone. And all the girls are well, okay? They all have 4.0s at their prospective colleges and doing well. They asked about her and her relationship with Jamal. She said, we're still doing well. We're still co-parenting. I'm sure she talks to him less. Maybe, because, I think you're not an adult until at least 26. You got to get a little bit, experience under your belt, and especially from school. They said, why did they dress up like wicked? I didn't see the photos. Let me look at the photos. So when they had this part, I don't think they showed anything, and I didn't see it. Let's see. What's his name? Jamal. Well, I'm doing this with y'all on the thing, and it don't matter. Jamal Bryant wedding. Oh, the top result. Oh, it's cute, y'all. It is. It does give wicked, but it's not bad. It's not bad. Let me show it to y'all. It is giving Glenda the good witch, Glenda the good witch, and Alphaba. But I don't think they did it on purpose. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's a little blurry. It's not bad. It is giving Glenda the good witch and Alphaba. Alphaba, Glenda. Alphaba, Glenda. I'm a witch and she's a witch. Okay. But they said that Jezelle was like they were mortified. The girls they were mortified. Either way, they don't have a relationship with the mom, which with his new wife, but they just got together. Like, calm down, girl. And they attended the wedding. Clearly, she didn't. And maybe a relationship will spark with them down the line. They talk about their dating. Jezelle is still dating Namses. Is his name Namses? Namses? Or Namses? Namses? She still dated him. Well, I don't know. Jezelle has an odd way of shaping things and saying things. Basically, what she was like, after the season, he's stronger than ever. Is he lifting weights? Like, what are you talking about? He's stronger than ever. So, I guess. And she said, and her and child. Jezelle need a friend. I'm sorry. This is what it sounds like to me. Jezelle need a friend because everything that she was doing, Ashley was a part of it. Yes, and Nancy loves Josh, and he said to Josh was like, "Oh, did you?" Because Ashley is girl, stand on your own 2 feet. But Ashley and Josh, basically, what Ashley explained it was as a situationship. They were going very heavy at one point, and they kind of knocked it down just a little bit. She said, Andy asked Ashley, how did Josh feel about the pool boy and the Jack Harlow? Oh wait, before I get into that, was it just me or was it weird that Jezelle was like, and it was like, I heard that he sent you off when you was coming up here. And Ashley said, who, me? And Jezelle said, oh, whisper. That's a little inappropriate. That's a little inappropriate. With sperm? With semen? I don't know. I just feel like that's a little inappropriate. Okay. Then from there, it says, how does he feel about being called the pool boy or Jack Harlow? Child, I don't care. Fake news. When at what's her name? Ashley, it was very disturbed, and his friends were texting. Um, his friends were texting him like, "Oh my God, I can't believe she said that about it being a lateral move. They called you Jack Harlow and shut up." And I want to know where these men at that be texting each other like, "Yo, she really did you badly on the Real Housewives over there," and I can't believe where these men at. Anyway, she said, Wendy was like, look, he felt bad about that. You talked so much crap about me and my husband. Remember that time that you brought you and your breast milk all the way down to Virginia so that you can bring the lie that came up from the blog? Ashley was like, girl, that was from the blogs. Girl, don't be mad at me. Andy don't know what's going on. He's like, I thought that was Jezelle. Jezelle said, no, it wasn't me. It was her. But I'll take the blame for it. To be honest, Wendy cussed both of them out. At the end of the day, it just didn't matter. It was over something stupid like Jack Harlow comment. Y'all doing back and forth about this girl. And then it got exhausting at one point when Wendy and Ashley was like, clocked it. No, clock that. No, I got you. No, I got you. Oh, keep talking. Oh, you tried it. Oh, no, you didn't. Oh, get the blog. Oh, clear them. Just, it got on my nerves. After that, we get to Kay and Stacy. They talk about how Stacy loosened up a little bit as the season went on. To be honest, I've loved Stacy since the beginning of the show. So the loosening up, it wasn't gonna change nothing for me. I just liked her a little bit more. She said that looking good is how you get a divorce and you move on. You do it fast. Okay. They talk about Kay and they talk about Greg. She said they still together. They went looking for rings. I don't know. Kay gives me pick me. I don't know if anybody else feels like that, but Kay gives me pick me. We went out shopping for rings. Don't let that man dangle a carrot in front of your face and call it an engagement. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. She said she went and got herself a condo. She wanted to have premarital, like just everything about it sounds so strange. Premarital property, and she needed time apart, so that's why she got a condo, and she'll probably move back in with him when she gets the ring. Overall, they talk about Greg just doesn't like being filmed, and he's not the first husband to be like that. So whatever, but she does feel like he supports her. Andy even said like, look, he came to watch what happens live, and I felt like he was just supporting. He said, I'm here to support my girl. Seems like he's supportive in that. Um, and it's a lot that she has to deal with. Like she got hurt filming this show, and now she's trying to be on it full time. Like it's just too much. Then we get to Stacy, thank God, because I'm not a Kiana fan. Y'all probably out there. I don't get jiggy with it. Okay. So we moved to Stacy, and he talks about your former boyfriend. When he was like, okay, Velvet died. My former, yes, girl, former. We are not together. She said TJ is one of the best people in the world. Okay, love him dearly, just not for me. She said she feels like it was a lot of pressure. And then also while she was watching back the season, she got a chance to see exactly what was being said about her to her and how. And it gave her pause, her family members pause, and her friends pause. So she had to take a little step back. And then she thought it was weird that some people were saying that she was paying for him, or that um, he was more interested in the pool boy than her, or the workout guy than her. And when he was like, I said that. And she's like, I know Wendy, and we've been friends this whole entire time. And Wendy said, look, I apologize. They broke up during the holiday season. She said she is divorced. You know what? They clapped, and I was because I'm at a conference right now, and one of my coworkers was like, "Oh yeah, I got divorced," and I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry," or "Congratulate." And you don't know what to say. They all started clapping. They support divorces. Okay. She said that she doesn't know what she's doing now because Arabella is with her dad. They have 1 week on, 1 week off, which definitely has to be confusing for the girl. So she says she's bored. But her and TJ, they the same as it was before. They asked about a viewer question asked about the storyline, and it says that it's giving Kenya and Walter. I gagged when Stacy was like, "Wait a second, are these fans of the show?" Because they dragging all of us in these questions. Are you sure they're fans of the show? But she was like, "Look, I don't got nothing to tell you about that. I don't know." They talk about the fashion of the season. This part was a little okay. They all had a problem with um Stacy's wig, and they talked about the same dress that she was wearing. Um, I I don't understand how people don't get what Stacy is saying. I don't know Vivien, okay, and I don't care about those costumes that she be putting together. It don't matter to me any other way. I hear that, Vivien probably already made a lot of fashion and people know her around the DMV area or maybe on the internet. I don't know. I don't hear about her stuff. I've seen her on this show several times. She's not interested enough to get a champagne blue. What bothers me about it is that what Stacy was saying is that I gave her a platform to showcase her fashions or the lack thereof to the world because this is an international show, okay? I elevated her in that sense, okay? Y'all probably knew her around the DMV circuit, maybe not, but I elevated her to make her the single fashion person of my event on international television. That's what she's saying. And then that raggedy gave me the same clothes as one of my colleagues. And she went on the internet trying to talk about whether or not things stink or whatever. So yes, it is. When Wendy said, well, you told me that you said F that B. They're like, oh, she talked like that. It definitely is F that B. And the way that she's been treating me. When she said she's dead to me, I said, okay, now calm down. Calm down. When she said that she's dead to me, Vivien is dead to me, I said, okay, girl, calm down. From there, they talked about her hair. She said she thought that it would be easier on her because all she was trying to do was switch it up a little bit. Then we get to Ashley's Bunyan's boo. And then we just went through all of the girls' clothes or whatever. I don't care. Somebody did ask, they said, Mia, when you were with Gordy, you were wearing blazers, not you with ink. It's all fashion Nova. It's all fashion Nova. She said, well, and this is actually sad. She said, well, I was wearing blazers because I was working. And since Gordon lost his part of the company, I don't got no job no more, so I don't have to wear blazers. And that Fashion Nova is paying her. We get from there, we got Jacqueline. Jacqueline comes out, her belly in tow and wig. Shout out to Nene. She talk about the daddy is not anybody who we've met before. But stay tuned, girl. You are barely a friend of the show because it seems like me is barely gonna come back. You are barely the friend of the show. Stay tuned. Stay tuned for what? Stay tuned for what I'm doing. Whatever month she said, May, June, July. I don't know. Stay tuned. You starting the YouTube channel? Stay tuned. Then we get into Mia's love triangle child. This is where the girls took off their earrings, okay, in their shoes. And she said that her and Ink broke up. They're not together anymore. If her life is real, it must be difficult seeing everything that she does have and she's worked for, like she said, crumble to the ground. She said she worked really hard for everything that she has, and the decisions that you made, Mia, is now making everything fall apart, and she's having a hard time for it. Child, Andy don't have the best time because he said, well, but you said Ink is permanent. But you said Ink was permanent. She was like, yes, he'll always be my best friend. He'll always be a part of my life, but the things have to, it's just not working. Child, those girls was eating her up. She said, excuse me, one of the girls said, excuse me, I think it was Wendy, who's like, look, to be honest, y'all lying. And I think that it was the backlash that started you because they feel like Ink is a little bit more pressed to be on the show. Jezelle says she thinks that they are still together, but they both were having a hard time dealing with the backlash and everything that was happening. Jezelle says she doesn't think that Mia lives in D.C. She said, you don't live in Maryland, Virginia, or D.C., and that you fly in from the back of the plane. From the back of the plane from Atlanta to here. She's like, why would you, Mia said, why would you say that? Girl, I had people who said that they've seen you coming in from Atlanta from the back of the plane, coming into Atlanta because you broke, you sit in the back of the plane, coming into Atlanta and you don't live in D.C. To be honest, I kind of believe it. What business does she have to be here? She not in charge of the companies or any of those parts anymore. What reason does she have to even be in the DMV outside of work, Potomac? Things that make you go, okay? Wendy says, look, I gotta be honest. I think that this is a scheme that Todd set up to come to us with the bullshit. You don't want to be here. It wasn't good for the brand and the backlash. And this is why you and Ink kind of separated. And I also think that Gordon's in it too. Child, Wendy was like, it was y'all all sat down and y'all wrote the script and then y'all been playing it like this, okay? And Mia said no. And Andy said, well, what would be the benefit? Girl, you're looking at it. Look at the material. Look at the material. Are we not on the television show? Look at the material. And she don't got no job. She need this. Gordon's in on it, so is Ink and everybody else. And Mia said, that's not true. Hold on. Let me make sure I'm getting it. No, then we get to, did you tell your kids about the divorce the first time on camera? She said, well, yes. That's what my problem is. Is it just me or did she gaslight the little boy? Because then in the scene, and I remember it when it happened, she was telling the little boy, remember I told you about me and Daddy getting a divorce? And the boy was like, no, I don't remember that. Okay? She said, you can't marry Mr. Ink. You telling the children during that scene, like, oh, we already talked about this. But then you coming on the show and they said, what, is that the first time you told them? Well, yes. We wanted to do a family counseling or co-counseling or something like that, but obviously it didn't work. So then I told them at the first time, girl, this is getting ridiculous. She said, when are you going to take your kids? Because at this point, it's getting a little messy, especially when it comes to the paternity of the kids. And she said, well, does your son know that all of this stuff was happening? And it was like, Mia said no, because they don't get to watch social media or use social media. Girl, they're going to find out at some point. And you think that this, that they won't find out? You need to say something about it and tell them. And Mia's like, well, I am going to tell them. It's just that, these things are like this. I'll tell them when the time comes. It's like, well, don't you think this is heavy? Yeah, just like everything else that I have to explain to them that's controversial. I talked about my clit being, or my cervix or vagina tightening, whatever she got. All the stuff she said on TV that she's going to have to explain to her kids. They say you talked about Karen needing to be real on her situation and what's going on in her life. But all of your stories sound crazy, too. Mia said, look, it's a lot. I'm just dealing with a lot. They said, well, girl, didn't you already know who the father was? Why you acting like you didn't? Because you said you did IVF. And she said, well, I did do IVF, but I could have been pregnant. No, B. They said no. They make you take a lot of tests when you are trying to do IVF so that they know that you're not pregnant. So all of that was BS. Then Stacy was like, Mia, don't you just want to end this? End it now. Do you want to end it? And she was like, yes. Gordon is my baby's daddy. Okay? Point blank in the period. And then they say, well, you claim that you want to protect their innocence, but you're having these conversations in their presence. She said, look, that was the first time I ever had that conversation on television with those kids, which is crazy because you said in the scene that you already had a conversation with them. And Jezelle said, look, that was a lie. That was a lie. And also, Gordon didn't even want to be a part of that mess. Gordon said on film, on camera, in that scene, that he did not want to film with them too. You're making all of this even worse. You thought it was good for the show, and you thought it was going to be good for your story, but it's all turning back on you. She said no. She felt as if she's co-parented before in her last relationship, so it would be very similar or the same during this breakup and co-parenting situation. Even though Ink is not a parent, girl, he's not a parent. But she thought the simulation would be same. Y'all, I gagged when Kiana said, it's giving elderly abuse to Gordon. It's giving elderly abuse to Gordon, okay? Overall, Jackie said all of this looks familiar. Okay, Gordon goes along with it. He gets along, and then when the camera comes up to you, he acts a little bit different. They said, look, your personal life gets everybody riled up. Okay, the viewers, your friends, your family, the people around you. It's just a lot. And she said, I just have a lot going on, and it's confusing. Sometimes I wake up and I'm confused about what's going on. That's because you didn't read the script, Mia. And she said, look, that's when much of my Kay bring up the elderly abuse and stuff. And Mia said, look, I was protecting him as much as possible. He came out and told his story. He came in and apologized to y'all. And he came out and gave that apology to her. He wanted to do it again. And I told him, no, sit your old down. Okay? Jezelle was like, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Jezelle said that, Mia, you don't regret anything that you're doing and how you're doing it with your kids. Because if you thought about the children, you wouldn't have done that. It was the backlash that you got and everything that came with it that made you say, you know what, I feel some type of way about this. But if everyone was on board with it, you would have kept running with it. Mia said that some people were on board with it. Girl, that's a lie. People weren't on board with anything. Ashley felt that she was doing it for the show. Okay, you're just doing it for the show. And then Wendy came in and said, Mia, you knew that you were doing this for the show because she was having a conversation with her. She said everybody are Michelle's, and Mia said she was Beyonce. No Kelly's in the room, okay? Nobody can hold a candlestick to her. And Mia saying, like, well, look, they asked Mia, why did you bring up Giselle's children? And she said that she doesn't think that was okay. She apologized. And then they showed this unseen footage where she was doing Baddies Potomac. Leave my children. She got up, she got into Giselle's face. And they were both talking about keep my children's name out of your mouth. Mia said, look, you said I was a bad mother. And Jezelle said, well, I doubled down. I do think that you were a bad mother. Because no mother will come up in here and put their children in a situation like this. No mother, no good sounding mother would come up and then use their child's paternity and blast it for the thing. Child Mia said, look, that's my cue. She gets up, she walks out. Everybody needs to take a break. Everybody needs to calm down. Then they showed this weird scene of Eddie. He got a script and he didn't know how to act. He was like, he was in the back with Greg. No, nobody else is here. You think you look sharp. Greg's like, thank you. Yeah. TJ, did you see TJ? Greg's like, no, I didn't see TJ. What's going on? Eddie's like, you wanna call someone? So let's call TJ. They got it was scripted. Wendy out here. Girl, it seems scripted to me. I don't know. How did y'all feel about this situation? How y'all feel about the girls? They are beating. They said, so Kara's not here. You get over here, Mia. They beating that girl. They talking to that girl's lace front real bad. Again, I give it a 7. Ready for the next part. Did it seem scripted what was going on with Eddie? And do y'all understand the Vivien thing? Because it seems like it's going over people's heads. I don't know. If y'all want to know more about me and everything else I have going on, you can find me on Instagram and on Threads. BusyBlu, no space, no E. I'm also on Blue Sky, BusyBlu, no space, no E. And I'm also on TikTok, BusyBlu, no space, but E. Somebody got my name. I don't know. I think it's me. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm about to go get y'all. Put y'all stuff out in the comments. I'm trying to respond to everything. I'm about to go get busy, and you all stay busy. Till next time.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy BusyBlu, and we are
whatever you want, you can get it in here. Comedy or the drama, it's a mixture in here. But you'll love it in here, yeah, you'll love it in here. Got reviews in here.